Well, welcome traders to the Monday evening AITG live webinar. We have some staff here with AITG that are with us this evening here in the Eastern U.S. We're at 8 p.m. It'll be a different time wherever else you may be. We have Roger and Tom are in today. I see we have some attendees as well. Some of these names I recognize. I recognize Lawrence Stephen. Hello, Lawrence. I see a Steve Kronk. I see a Fab Mam. So we welcome all of you that are in this evening. And I trust that you can all see my screen. And we're looking forward to sharing some interesting information tonight. But before we get into that, let me give what I call the obligatory 60-second disclaimer. Number one, we are not licensed financial advisors or broker dealers. We do not tell you when or what to buy or sell. We develop trading software, which allows you to conveniently manage multiple trades simultaneously, both on an individual pair basis as well as on an overall account equity basis. Our trading systems allow you to set the criteria you want for entering and exiting trades. Number two, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Number three, we do not guarantee consistent pips or that anyone can make money with no effort. We are not selling the Holy Grail. Number four, every system can have winning and losing streaks. Number five, money management plays a large role in the results of your trading. For example, lot size, account size, broker leverage, and broker margin call rules all have an effect on results. Also, your take profit and stop loss settings for individual pair trades and for overall account equity have a major impact on results. If you are new to trading and do not understand these items, then we recommend you go to babypips.com and study there for a while and then come back to us. All right. Now, we're looking at the AITG dashboard.
Hey Dan, before you get started,
yes.
let's do some house rules here.
Yeah.
You guys, this is Roger. Want to welcome y'all. We see Lawrence has his hand up. Hey Lawrence, how you doing? The other two, you see on your control panel there, your little hand icon. If you're hearing us, could you just give us a hand wave so we know that that you can hear? All right, Lawrence, we see your hand. All right, Steve. Thank you. And
thank you, Steve.
If you see the hand icon there we go. Awesome. Okay, there we go.
Okay, they're all three aboard. Good. Now,
I'm sorry, Dan. I wasn't done yet. And so if you have any questions during the presentation, just raise your hand and we'll stop the world for you and address your question. And after we get done with our presentation, we'll open up the floor for questions. So if your question can wait till then, that's fine. If not, we'll stop the world for you and address your question then. So,
yeah, and Tom, if you see someone raise their hand, you can click on that hand and relate to us what they ask.
Right.
All right, here we go. Now I think there may be at least one or two people on here tonight that has not been with us on a webinar yet. So I'll real briefly go over this dashboard that we're looking at. We have multiple videos that go through this in some detail. So whatever I don't hit on tonight, you'll be able to find at our website as well as our Forex Factory thread. Now, if you don't know where we are on the Forex Factory thread, just go to commercial section, trading systems, stress-free automated trading, and that'll take you to our Forex Factory thread. All right, this dashboard has 28 pairs. You see these 28 pairs in a vertical list. Those 28 pair charts are all open. You see it lined across the bottom is the name of all 28 of those pairs. So this dashboard will control all the individual trades on any and all of these 28 pairs. And on the right side of it is an equity graph. This is in dollars, and it shows the plus and minus equity of the net of all of the trades that have been taken, that are taken. All right, so not only can you see each individual chart, like here I'll click a chart, that chart opens up, you see the individual chart, And you see now the dashboard, which is the net of everything all together. Now, in order for a trade to be taken, the individual pair has to be lit up. See, it lights up blue when I click on it. All right. Now, if I want to click them all, I click this number 28, and they all come on. That means all 28 pairs can be traded. I could also manually buy or sell or close a trade on any pair from here. I could also set from here buy only or sell only or don't trade at all on a given pair. Across here, we have things like lot size, spread, automatic or average daily range, current daily range, that's in pips per day, the average pips per day of each of the pairs. And then we have the number of trades that had closed with a take profit versus a stop loss. This is long trades. This is short trades. This tells you there is a trade. This is a P&L of, this is the P&L of a given trade. That'll be, as long as the trade's open, that'll be changing up and down. And then TS stands for trading system. We click that, means that we are activating the trading system, which is on the charts. All right. Now, just to show you this chart right here, this graph is a test that I ran, not a test, but a demo trade. I've been trading here for the last week or two, the London Open. So I have it, there's a timer that's in the inputs here that we'll see briefly in a minute. And I set it to go on at 3 a.m. in this case. At 3 a.m. it opens up, it turns on the platform. And it takes whatever trades that the trading system allows to be taken. And you can see here that it actually took 14 trades. It took 10 trades that were long. It took 4 trades that were short. And I have settings on here, which I'll show the inputs here in a minute, just briefly. I had it set, if it gets to 110, that's dollars. If the profit gets to $110, it's going to lock in $100 and trail by 10. So that way, as the equity graph were to keep going up, I can keep following it up. That's the equity on the whole account. So you can see here when this evening or this morning started, this London Open at 3 a.m., it went down and opened up these trades. They may not have all opened up at once, but it opened up trades. They drew down about 90, it looks like about 94 pips. There's a number that says Matt's equity drawdown, $94. Drew down $94, turned around, went back up, went all the way up to $113. And of course that broke our $110 limit. So as soon as it pulled back by $10, it closed all the trades. So I got out with $103. And you can actually show alert window. This shows you a list of what all those trades were. And the trades all closed at 5:09. They started at 3, so it took 2 hours and 9 minutes for those trades. And there's the trades. There's the 14 trades. They all closed, and the basket closed at 5:09. Made $103. I was asleep at the time.
Right. And you mentioned that 3 a.m. is the start of London for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it'll be different times for different places in the world, wherever you may be located. And some people like to do this with the start of the broker day instead of London Open or the Tokyo Open or just the New York Open, or let it run 24 hours a day. You know, you have all those options available to you. So I'm basically just giving an overview. Now on this equity lock, where I got to $110 equity and I locked in 100. When I got to the 100, as I mentioned, after it pulled back 10, I got out at $103. Well, that was one close, right? One equity lock, one equity close. I had that set to stop after 1. I could have let that repeat itself. It takes the $100, then it starts all over. It takes $100 again, it starts all over. Or it can draw down again. It can just keep, you can let it keep going. Now, I tend to like to do once and done per day when I'm doing this particular strategy.
What are you trying to say? You don't like going to the well one too many times, huh?
Yeah, if you go to the well one too many times, it might come along and bite you eventually. Yep. So I like to take the first basket out and wait for the next day. So that's a real brief summary. Now you could also set a basket equity take profit just a straight line across here. When you hit that number, it takes the profit, stops. Likewise on a basket equity stop loss, you could have a stop loss line down here. So whenever the equity hits the stop loss, it'll close all trades. So it's a pretty amazing dashboard.
Yep. So, like Dan has expressed, there's lots of different variables here, lots of different ways to manage this dashboard, and it will custom fit pretty much any trading style out there, any time, and any target of stop loss and take profits. And that equity lock is not, you can program that. You can go into the properties, and I think Dan's going to show us here in a second. You can change that equity lock to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not stuck at 110. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, you notice that we're on the 1 hour charts down here. We could do this on different time frames if we wanted to. We could go to where it says charts period. I could click that. And if I wanted this to be in the 4 hour charts or the daily charts or the 15-minute charts, I just change that number right there, hit OK, and it would instantly change the time frame on all those charts. I won't change it right now. Likewise on a template. Once you have your certain setups that are done, you'll set a template number. You'll get a template drop down box, and you could change templates, hit OK, and it'll change the templates on every one of those charts. So it's quite amazing, quite convenient way to handle this kind of trading. Now I will show you the properties of this dashboard, but when I come out of it, I think I'll lose the graph. So that's okay. We go into properties. Now this has to do with the dashboard, not the charts. Here's where this is a note. See note 1 and note 2. I said London Open with per pair trails. That note is the same thing that's in this black box. So if you want to kind of give a little name to your what you're doing on this particular run, you can put that on there. Here you set your lot size. You can set the maximum spread. I set 4. If a given chart indicates the trade should be taken, if that spread's not 4 or less, it won't take the trade.
Until it drops down.
Until it drops down. And when it drops down to 4, if the trade's still authorized, then it'll take it. You can set the max number of open trades you will allow. It'll do all 28 trades, or you could, if you want fewer trades, you could make it 10 or any number you want.
You could have 300 open trades if you wanted.
Yeah, because they could keep putting on more of the same pairs. You can also send a take profit and a stop loss right to your broker, which means it would go on your broker's server. So if your computer went down or you lost internet or something, you still have stop loss on your broker serving. So it's kind of like server. So it's kind of like a safety against a catastrophic failure. And in this case, these are done as a multiplier of the average daily range. So the average daily range, say on the Aussie CAD, is 48 pips. Well, if all of a sudden this thing went down 2 times 48 pips, what's that, 96? If it drew down by 96 pips, it would close the trade. So that's how that works. A lot of people don't use it. Some people do. Now the equity lock setup is right here, what I've been talking about. Here's where I set trail last equity lock true. I set it on $110, lock in $100, trail by 10. If I wanted to, I could have set additional steps. I can set up to 3 steps if I wanted to. I just used the 1. Here's your timer. You set when you want it to turn on and when you want it to turn off. You could set up to 3 different time periods for it to come on and off. Or if you set that these are false, you can actually click this little gray button up here and it'll turn red, and that'll make it trade 24/5.
Yep.
And that's a real quick rundown on that. Now, if I don't say okay, I don't think I'll lose my graph. Go off of there.
Yep.
I don't see any hands up.
Attendees, gentlemen.
Pardon me?
We have some new attendees.
Earl Smith, is that who that is?
Yep. Hey, Earl. Welcome, Earl.
I can remember. Hi, Earl.
And Michael Bellamy.
Hey, Michael. How you doing,
Well,
sir?
Michael, hi there. And just a real quick look for those here that are new tonight. This is a look at one of the charts, and this has our trading system on it that we call the Haas, Heikin Ashi Smooth. That's what this graph is. It's got these red and blue bars. It's like an average of other moving averages to make a smooth graph. And then in addition to that, what makes this unique is we have these breakout lines. So the trade entry is that you have to break a breakout line, break a red line going down while in agreement with the red Heikin Ashi Smooth to take a trade short. Now, if it broke the green up, it would not take the trade because it's got to be in agreement with this direction. All right. So fairly simple. You can set the inputs for that. I won't belabor this a real long time. There's your inputs. You want to set the direction. This has to do with the Heikin Ashi Smooth trading system. Direction is true, which means it's either red or blue. You're not looking for the change of color. You're looking just what color is it now. Now you could trade it with the change of color only. That's the second way to use this trading system. But in this example, I'm just using direction. 212 is the inputs for the indicator. If you change those numbers, particularly the 8 and the 12, if you change those numbers, it'll change the shape of this these bars, make it faster or slower.
Yep. Lower the number, the faster the Haas is. The higher the numbers, the flatter, the slower the Haas is. Hey, right. Earl, you have a question? If you do, could you type it in the chat for us real quick, Earl? If you have a question. All right, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, okay, somebody monitoring Earl. Okay.
I
am. Breakout line settings. We're going to use the breakout line break true. Break on like buffer pips 2. So we're going to say if it breaks below that line by 2 pips, then we'll take the trade. That 2 pips is just a buffer. So when it breaks the line and exceeds it by 2 pips, it'll take the trade. Use a breakout line close. You could choose true on that. We didn't choose true on this, but if we did, it would say that you have to break the line and also close the candle. It wouldn't take the trade till the candle closed. So it has to close below the line. So it could go below the line and back up and you never would be in the trade. So that's the other way to use it. And you can also set a fixed take profit. You got to say true there, and then you get the pips. You could say when this individual trade gets up by a certain number of pips, it'll take that profit and close the trade. We aren't doing that in this example. Instead, we're taking a trail. Trailing stop loss pip lock settings. True. We set targets. At 20 pips, we'll trail by 18. Say, well, that seems like a big trail. You only locked in 2 pips. Yeah, but we're just trying to stay in the trade. At least we're not going to lose. So if we get to 20 pips, we're not going to lose on this pair.
Yeah.
Now, as it keeps going, we get to 25 pips, we'll trail by 15 and lock in 10. If it keeps going up to 30, now we're only trailing by 5 pips and locking in 25. So the more profit we get, the closer we make the trail. So this is set on a per pair basis, and it's in pips. Use opposite Haas signal exit. False, you could set that to true, and if you did, if you're in a short, if this Haas turned from red to blue, it would close the trade because it's turning around to the opposite direction. Now this use acceleration entry filter, that's simply if you said true there, you have to not only break below the breakout line, but you have to make sure you exceeded a prior low before it will authorize the trade. That kind of ensures some kind of acceleration. I've not been using that. Use alerts, send email, alarm sound, alert pop up true, so it'll pop up and tell us when a trade is taken. So that's the inputs there. You can also use these buttons to do manual things. If you're in a trade, you could put on a take profit line or a stop loss line and slide them around on this chart up and down to manage that trade differently if you wanted to. You could also hit buy or sell, and you could add an additional trade if you wanted to add on manually. You could do that. And if you hit the show trades button, it will actually show you, there's no trades on it now, but if there had been a trade closed here, it would draw a straight line showing where the trade opened, where it closed, and whether it was a profit or a loss. So that's a real quick rundown. I encourage you to spend some time in the videos about this, because you could.
So many different ways to trade this.
Yeah, you can. There's a lot of information on this in our videos, which I think you would find helpful. Now, all right, I think at this stage, I was going to show you one other thing before I switch it over to Roger. Some of you may have heard that our chief programmer is just finalizing an upgraded version of the dashboard. I'm going to show you a sneak preview of that. I'm not going to tell you everything about it because our chief programmer, Gene, he will be introducing it more officially here shortly.
I think you said Wednesday night.
Do you see, everybody see this screen? Now this is what the new dashboard is going to look like. And it has a very powerful and unique feature in it that I've really never seen anywhere before. And that's called the pair strength. Pair strength. Along on the bottom here, this is the new part of it. You notice you got all the 28 pairs listed, and you got a bar beside of it, red or green bar. And that bar has different lengths. Well, many of you have probably heard of currency strength meters, or you've heard of heat maps and various items of that nature that have to do with the strength of the euro or the strength of the pound, or how fast something is moving, whether it's hot or not. But what this does, this goes a step beyond that, and it shows what the net result of those strengths are when put into the actual pairs. Like the euro would have a given strength, the USD would have a given strength, the euro USD combined would have this strength. So the longer the line, the stronger it is. And this is built into the dashboard. It's not an indicator. And so what the dashboard can do, just to give you a little heads up, when a given currency pair is it has a certain amount of strength, then this dashboard will automatically authorize that pair and take the trade. So that's pretty amazing. You can actually trade this without any charts open at all.
Yep.
So Gene will be giving us the full skinny on this, but I'm actually just bringing this up as a teaser to show you some additional powerful things that are coming up in the dashboard.
And Dan, those results right there, that cycle profit loss, that's just one day. That was 6 baskets closed with this in one 24-hour period or less.
Yeah, on this particular sample, you notice the profit, the basket equity profit was set to $50, trading a buck a pip, 0.1, $50, and it was set to go at profit, which means it'll hit the profit and start over.
Keep on going. Yep.
Here it hit the $50. It took it, kept going, had a little drawdown, hit the $50, come back down, went around in, didn't quite get to 50 again, drew down a little bit, come around, hit the 50, went back, hit the 50, went back, hit the 50, went back, hit the 50, went back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 6 times it made $50, and there's a $321 net result.
Yep. And it was on a 60-minute, based on a 60-minute time chart. And you can toggle that to a 15-minute, a 4-hour, a daily, whatever you desire.
Right. So there's 300 pips in one day. But anyway, that's just a sneak preview of what this is.
That this could also be used as a filter too, in conjunction with another trading system.
Right. You could have if you had the charts open, for example, and let's just say on this Haas trading system that I just showed you, let's say you're trading that on the charts. You could turn this on, you'd be able to authorize this, and if the Haas chart showed that you should take the trade, it would only allow it if it was confirmed by the currency strength, the currency pair strength. So that would much improve the results of any system that you would use this as a filter for. So I said all that just to say this. This is going to be included in our upcoming upgraded dashboard. Those of you,
our starter package.
yeah, the starter package, those of you who have already bought the starter package, you already have the dashboard. You will be given this upgraded dashboard for free.
But without any additional cost.
Right, without any additional cost. Now, those of you who have not bought the starter package yet, I think we might have a couple of those on the webinar tonight. We still have a promotion on this. If you choose to buy the starter package now, you will get this upgraded version free at no extra cost. Because down the road, it's likely that the dashboard price will go up with this added feature in it.
Yeah,
but right now, if you were to buy the dashboard, you would get this upgraded version included at no additional cost. So I was pretty excited about that. So that's a sneak preview for that. And any other comments you want me to make, Roger, before we send the screen over to you?
No, I think you pretty well covered it. Again, this example right here is just a screenshot that we have posted on our Forex forum. I think a lot of y'all have probably already been there. I know I've been talking with Earl and Lawrence there on our forum, and I appreciate you guys' input, and sharing your testing. And again, hey, for you guys who have not purchased yet or are thinking about it, we can't stress this enough that any new thing, you don't want to just jump in live. You want to put this on a demo account and try it out and for a period of time to learn the mechanics of it, learn how to navigate through it, and get a feel for it before you go live. So yeah, you don't have to; it's your choice, but we highly recommend that. So, all right, Dan, give me the screen here, and I'm going to go through my daily one and done on the Haas.
Let's see. Can you take it? Wait, I got it right here. Here we go.
I took it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Can you see my screen, Dan?
Yes, I do.
All right. Okay. For you guys who have been following, I've been posting my results here. I started this back on the 8th, so it's been running for a week now, a little bit over a week, and my starting balance was $1,000. And what I do, again, we want to show the flexibility. We have some guys that are running this on demo, and we have a couple guys running on live, and they're just using the default setups. Some people have already modified, but what I want to show the flexibility here, and I've been doing this the past couple of webinars, is going through the charts and identifying maybe some questionable situations where you don't want to get into.
So you want to authorize some pairs and unauthorize other pairs.
Right, where you get into a ranging period right here. Here's a good example right here. It started going ranging today. So, I go through the charts at the beginning of the broker day, and I make my determination whether I want to take it either way. In other words, let the trading system determine, or if I want to give it a little bit of help and dictate that I only want to take a short only. All right. And I've listened to our past webinars. I've gone in depth detail on my logic of why I pick some to go south and some to go north, and some I'll even turn off, like the pound NAS. All right. Now this is a continuation from yesterday's. You can see that I did not, and I posted it. What I also do, I post at the beginning of the broker day, so you can see what pairs that I've turned off or I've dictated to, and ones that I haven't. And so you'll see a clean chart where I start fresh. But today, I did not, at the end of the broker day, reach my equity lock. I got as high as max net equity was a month 13. I needed to reach 150 in order to lock in 100. And again, Dan showed 110, lock in 100, trail by 10. I like to give myself, and that's just me, this is the way I trade, my personal trading preference is give myself a little more breathing room. I know some other people like to tighten that up some like Dan does, and that's okay. You need to trade this the way you trade, and not the way that anyone else should dictate to you. Otherwise, it relieves you of the glory of the wins or the agony of the defeat. So anyway, I like to have a little more of a breathing space here. A $50 trail. So what happened was I had a choice here. At the end of the day today, again, my max net equity was 113. At the time, I think I was at $16 or 16 pips in the basket equity. I was in the green. I had a choice. I could have hit the close all open trades. I would have turned off my blue pairs here. I just probably hit this button right here, which would turn off the trading session, and then close all open trades. And that would just close the whole basket, and then I would have walked away with $16. Okay, all right, that's better than a loss. But just being demo, and actually, this is the way that I trade personally on my personal live accounts. I am kind of an aggressive trader, and that's just me. It's my personality. I'm not saying you have to trade that way, but I did carry this over to the next day to try to reach this basket. And I determined that when I went through all the pairs and saw the potential for these coming back in my direction, especially the ones that I was already in, all right, to hit that basket. Now, this happened to me. If you look back in the Forex Factory forum, I posted, I think it was last Tuesday night, I had same situation. Didn't reach the equity lock, and I decided to go into the next day. Well, the next day came, and I hit my basket and closed out with profit. So all was well. Now, one thing that you can do, and that I will do here later on this evening before I go to bed, is see where this is at, and I will put in a basket equity stop loss. All right. So if it doesn't go my way tonight as I'm sleeping, I will at least keep myself from having a catastrophic event there. And just want to point out that basket equity right now is 1269, but the account balance, if all these closed out, zeroed out, the account balance would be 1443. So I've made 443 pips in a week and a day. Again, that's saying that these all balance out. So I will post these results tomorrow, and you can go and check and see if I made my target or not. So I've gone through the charts before, and it takes about 25-30 minutes when I'm going through and explaining to everyone the charts. Normally, when I do it myself during the day, it takes me about 10 minutes to go through the charts and determine whether I'm going to use them or not, play that particular pair. But I'll go through just a couple so you have an idea of my madness here. Now, here's one that I was already in, and this was a buy. This is one that I zoom out. Now, and let me make another point here. I did change my setup here on the Haas. Remember I said if you higher your numbers here in your MA period, the higher the numbers here, the slower the Haas will be. And if you lower the numbers, the quicker the Haas. So our default is 812, and I've gone up to 16 and 20 just to slow it down a little bit on this particular setup here.
Makes it smoother.
Smoother and slows it down a little bit. So so I zoom out. What I do is I zoom all the way out to get a 10,000 foot look, and we can see that we're in an upward trend. And we just went through some ranging period. You can see right here, that's a little bit of consolidation right there. All right, and it came out and then went up. Now it's on a pullback. It actually broke down below the Haas and turned red. But we're still in this is not a reversal trend yet. It will once it creates a new lower low, but it has not done that yet. So I'm treating this as still an upward trend, and I left that pair on. Let me go to I'm not going to go through all the pairs right now. I just want to go through a couple for you new guys so you can get an idea of the madness that my thinking process. Oh, that's one that's open. Oh, look at the euro yen. All right. Here's one, zoom out to our 10,000 foot level, and we're in an upward trend. The price did hit a new high here, but now it's coming back, retracing. So a little bit of a retracement here. So at this point, we really don't know what's going to do. We know that it's in an upward trend and there's no sign of a reversal, but we do have a little bit of a pullback. So I've decided to allow the trading system, the Haas, to play it out as it sees fit. So let me go back there real quick. So if it continues to come down, the Haas will change color red. It will break the breakout. This breakout line will readjust itself to the next low, and then when those two things happen, it breaks the adjusted red line, and the Haas turns red. It will take a short. All right, but I'm thinking that it's going to continue on an upward trend, and this price is going to come up, break this, and go into a long. So that's one that I've decided to let the Haas continue to do its job. Here's one I took control of myself and zoomed out. Let's look at 10,000 foot level here. We can see we came against some resistance here, and it kind of broke the resistance, but it retraced back. Now, some of the old guys know this here about the Haas already. What's nice about what I like about the Haas, one of the characteristics, it reveals the strength of your trend. As the strength increases and your trend gets up, the Haas bars get longer. And then when it weakens or starts going sideways, you can see where they start shrinking. So when you start seeing a shrinkage and you see the parabolic movement back to the Haas, you know that there's a pullback for sure. And I think this might be definitely going to get a Haas color here. So that's why I just said, you know what, I'm not going to risk going long. I'm just going to wait this out. And you can see here, I bet within the next couple of hours, this will go red and I'll take a short once price breaks that breakout line. So that is the method of my madness here. And we'll see how this continues throughout the night. And look for my post on our Forex Factory forum in the morning. Do we have any questions? Let's, Dan, you want to open up the floor for any questions and open up the mics and see what kind of input we got?
Yeah, let's see.
So listen, I'm going to open up the mics, guys. You're more than welcome if you have a mic and a headset to speak, ask questions, give us some input, ideas, and you don't have to. You can just continue to sit there and listen. But we'll open up the mics to give you that opportunity now. So give me a second here. You should see your mics turn green, which will give you the ability to comment. All right. So how y'all doing tonight?
I'm cool. It's Lawrence Stephen.
Okay, hi Lawrence.
Lawrence, you're cool. That's good. How you doing?
Yes. You probably see on the Forex Factory, I had some good returns yesterday.
Yeah, you're doing very well. You said you had a snowstorm, did you?
Not a snowstorm. We don't get a lot of snow where I am. It was a big storm, high winds, and the power.
Oh, that's right. You said your power went up.
Yeah, the power pole outside my door fell down to the ground with live cables everywhere.
Wow. I'm glad everyone's okay, and I see you got your power back up, obviously.
Yeah, they fixed it on the day. They were pretty good.
Well, that's good. Fab, you have a question? Can you speak, or did you write a question?
I see it here. Raj says, hi guys, is there a difference between paid version and Forex Factory one?
Is there a difference between the paid version? Okay, here's the deal with the starter package. When you purchase, we will code, give you a security code. The coding is basically your name as it appears on your broker account. All right, and as long as your broker, you can open up an MT4 as long as that name matches either in a demo or live. Both on a demo and a live, the package. Does that answer your question?
Hey, Roger, you might go to your navigator and drop that down so they can see your name beside the account there.
Oh yeah.
I think he might be talking about casino versus the paid version.
Oh,
Navigator.
I don't believe the casino's available anymore. Since
Click
Jan-
that navigator button.
It is still available on the site if you go through the forum and have a look through those messages.
That was a much earlier rendition.
yeah, and Gene, I think Gene took that down, if I'm not mistaken. So, but here's my name right here is all lowercase. All right. So as long as my name, your name appears as it does in your broker account, you can use this on multiple accounts.
Yeah. Whenever you buy the starter package, you're going to get an email from our chief programmer, and he will ask you for the name on your broker account. And there has been some people that does get confused occasionally. We're not talking about the name of your broker. We're not talking about the account number you have. All we need to know is your name that's on the account.
Right.
And
it has to be
at that time, and then you'll be sent your dashboard that's coded for your specific name. Then once you've got that, you can use that on any MT4 platform that has your name. Any broker, as long as it's an MT4 platform, you can use that dashboard on as many brokers, as many accounts, anything, as long as that account is an MT4 account on your name.
Okay. So Fab, so like Lawrence was saying, I think she's talking about is that correct, Fab? The difference between the casino and the paid version here.
Says, I mean the system. He said, I mean the system. I'm not sure whether I don't know if it's a Mrs. or a Mr., but I mean the system. Okay, thanks. All right.
I hope we answered your question. All right, well.
Laugh out loud, Mister. It's a Mister. excuse our confusion there, Fab.
Okay, so I take it that your name is Fab Ma'am.
M-A-N-I. It's hard to read on the screen here.
All right. So any other comments or concerns or questions for us?
Oh, Fab is short for Fabio, he says. Fabio.
Oh, Fabio. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The mics are still open if anybody has any other comments they'd like to make. Do you all know how to find our website on inteltrade.net? And you know how to find our Forex Factory thread on the commercial section.
I'll just go there right now for the benefit of anyone who has not been there yet.
Yeah, because we're daily putting new stuff on there, different results people are getting.
Hey Dan, you're supposed to see my screen, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes it whites out.
He's on Forex Factory now on screen. Now he's going to forums.
And then we're down here, commercial content.
Mm-hmm.
And stress-free automated trading systems.
And if you ever can't find that, just search for it in the little search box, stress-free automated trading. And there's 5 pages of stuff there right now. He went to the bottom.
Top.
Well, it looks like page 5.
Yeah, we went to the top of page 5. And there's some of Earl's results and our Lawrence and Earl is up top there. There's Earl. You guys are doing some good trading. Got some good results on this. I'm also posting as Earl is. I don't know if Lawrence was. London Open. You know, we all know that London is a probably the most volatile time of the trading day. And so I have an account that's trading the London Open to capture that volatility. And so far it's gone. I think I started on the 4th or the 2nd of this month, and it's won every day. It's every day. So
I set my timer on that from 3 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern time, because that gets you the first half of New York also, if you happen not to hit your target by the time London,
right.
New York Open hits. I'm sorry, somebody's trying to talk. Let me be quiet and see if I can hear who it is.
Someone have a question? Is that Fab? Yeah, I think Fab has a question. Let's see if we can pull it up here.
No new questions. Oh, I do see another question mark.
All right.
Yep. Yep, we got
Hey,
it all.
hey Earl, what is your share with us if you would? What do you like most about what you've seen so far with the dashboard? Oh, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Earl, maybe Earl doesn't have a mic.
Oh, he's got his hand up. Let's see here.
Hey, your mic's turned on, Earl. So if you have a mic or a headset. All right, Pax, are you trying to? Oh, Earl has a question now.
Hi guys, is there a difference between paid version and Forex Factory one? No, it's all the same one. We put this information on Forex Factory just because a lot of people go there, and they may be there more often than they're at our website.
Mm-hmm.
We do both.
Okay, Earl doesn't have his mic, so that's okay. All right. How about you, Lawrence? Can you tell us what you like most about the dashboard, if you don't mind?
Well, I've been with the dashboard ever since Casino, of course, so I'm fairly familiar with it. But I like this new version. It's much simpler than the old Casino and cleaner.
Yes, definitely.
And definitely the new HAS pin is, or we used to call them pins, trading system is quite good. It's getting better results than I was getting on the other pins I had on Casino.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it's also because of your Rogers technique of one and done works very well. I've never tried that before, and that's a very good technique, and it seems to be working very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the other thing about that one and done is, I don't know, people have know about Mark Douglas. And
I've watched his videos before, by the way. He's got a lot
if you
of.
know about his theories, you can then use you can say one basket is a trade, and then you can just use Mark Douglas's ideas about around what one trade and how a trade, and you take all your emotions out of it.
Exactly.
And that's your biggest problem when you're trading, is
Right.
you trade by by what Mark would say, you trade on your emotions, which is not what you want to do.
Or trade by the seat of your pants, as an amateur would say.
And that's where you get into trouble.
Yep, exactly. And you know, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Instead of trading by the straight technical analysis that comes up.
Exactly. And what'd you think about the new version, Lawrence? With the strength, the pair strength indicator.
Well, it looks good. I mean, I like to get my hands on it and give it a test out. That's for sure. Of course, there are strength indicators around. This seems to be a combination of a couple of others I've seen around.
Yep.
But I'm sure it'll be a good addition.
I like that. You know, what's nice about it is that you can trade all 28 pairs without putting charts up which for, there's some traders out there that use laptops, to trade on, and that's fine. I started trading years ago on a laptop, and some of these trading platforms out there really suck up some CPU. So what's nice about the new version is that you can put this on a laptop and don't have to worry about opening 28 pairs and still have the benefit of trading 28 pairs.
Well, I sort of have a laptop. I actually run mine under a virtual machine, so yeah, it's nice to have it a bit more efficient.
Yep.
Otherwise, it drags my computer down.
Yeah, going back to that one and done theory, I can't say that I invented that. You pick up things here and there. I've been trading for 15, 16 years now, and you pick up things here and there as you go along, and you forget. You get so much stuff in your head, and you forget where it comes from. And okay, I came up with that. All right, big deal. But the one and done thing is great as long. And I got to caution, and this is with anything. The stock markets, all markets, they have a characteristic to them. The old adage, what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up, right? And so there's, I don't want to get into, I don't like pattern trading, but there are patterns or characteristics based on what the big banks are doing on individual pairs. And I've expressed this many times in our webinars, and I'll do it one more time for the benefit of people who haven't heard this yet. You come out of a ranging period or a consolidation period, and based on the orders, buys and sells orders, a trend will develop either up or down. And then during that first leg, I like to call it the first leg of a trend, you'll get a pullback. And it's not a reversible trend, it's a pullback, and then you'll get a continuation of that trend. I call that the second leg. Now I can almost guarantee every time a pair comes out of consolidation period, it will go into at least a 2-leg trend, sometimes a 3. So if you're looking out for this characteristic, you can almost predict when there's other ways to even hone that in some more, but without those other indicators, you can almost predict when your next consolidation period will be. Now, if anyone knows anything about supply and demand zones, which are different from support and resistance zones, they're kind of close, but their supply and demand zones are actually the buy and sell orders that are on the table at the clearinghouses, and so these really will dictate where price action is going to be. I've really have turned into more over the past couple of years of a price action type of trader, where some of these indicators are lagging. We know that MAs and MACDs and those others, they're lagging, and they get you late to the party. So if you can find a good find something that gets you right on time to the party, you have the potential for making more pips. So and that's what I like about the Haas, because the Haas again, I'm kind of being contradictive here, because the Haas is it's a multiple of coded MAs, averages of averages. Okay, I guess would be the easiest way to explain it. But you can set that and smooth it out. You can speed it up or slow it down. And of course, you speed it up, you get into the game quicker. If you slow it down, you get in a little slower. But it's sometimes getting in slow is a little better than quicker, because you get those head fakes when you get in too quick. And one more little adage that I've learned over the years is that if you miss the train, if it pulls out of the station and you ain't there yet, don't worry about it. There's always another train leaving. Right, Lawrence? How many trains leave a day? Plenty, right?
Plenty of them that I miss.
Plenty of them you miss. Yeah, but the ones that you do get are good ones, right?
That's why we have the dashboard. At least I don't miss the train.
That's right. That's right. The dashboard helps you get on, make those train calls. So, anyway, does anyone else have any questions? Is Fab, I don't know if that's a new question. Just check, Dan, if Fab has a new question. Or
No, I don't see any new questions. I think we've hit them all.
all right.
Raise your
Well-
hand if we've missed something from anybody.
Well, they got open mics if they have mics. If not, yeah, raise your hand.
Mhm.
Okay, hey, I think if there's no other questions, we'll call it a night. But hey, look out! Gene was hinting maybe Wednesday he might be doing a show and tell on the new version of the dashboard. And keep in mind, if for you guys who haven't bought yet, if you buy now, you lock in. Remember, you get that everyone who's purchased already gets that upgrade at no additional cost. And again, we don't know what the additional cost is going to be, what the upgraded new pricing is going to be yet. That's still to be determined. But so, if you don't have any other questions, I'll give you a couple seconds here to pipe up. If not, I will dismiss you guys, and you guys have a beautiful night or a beautiful day, depending on what part of the world you're from. All right. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, Fab, you do include your name in the special instructions. Fab says he's purchasing now.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Good on him.
Yeah, put your name in special instructions there in your checkout when you check out.
One more thing before you guys go, and Earl and Lawrence, and I think Michael can contest to this. You know, we are definitely, we're out here for you. And being a businessman myself, you know, customer service is our #1 goal. And we pride ourselves on quick response times to your emails, to your purchases. And we also offer not only just all the webinars to help you get started, or the webinars and the videos to help you get started, but if you're having an issue, you send me an email on our company website and request a private one-on-one webinar, and we will schedule a time with you that fits your convenience, and I will open up a webinar and I will hand walk you through getting this set up. I know it looks kind of complicated, but once I walk you through and you see it fairly is pretty easy to get set and get going.
So what that is, guys, that's free tutoring.
Yeah, free tutoring. All right. Okay. I think we have one question from Michael here. Let's make sure we get all these questions answered.
Everybody's saying thanks. Fab and Michael said thanks.
All right. Okay, you guys, I'm going to dismiss you one at a time. You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you.